All right, so let's kick off with Chainsaw Man. Really quickly looping back to last week. Oh God. Do I even have to say anything? They got out of the hotel. They went drinking. Yeah, that's it. I'm not talking about it. Can I just point out that if a guy did this, he would end up in federal prison? I'm just saying. You know, I must be so boring that I can actually tell a lot about this kitchen and how it's built, including the tap. It's a Modella tap. Oh, stream title. Already a little bit late. Haha. I'll change it now. Thanks for telling me. This is Naruto Shippuden. What can we do? I've spent too long building kitchens. So let me get this straight. She comes home carrying an underage colleague who's passed out drunk. She takes a shower, grabs another beer, super proud of herself, and then proceeds to. Okay. Yeah, she's not Slav, I can tell you that much. Alcoholic. Oh god. Oh god. That's not water. Yeah, just serve alcohol to a minor. I mean, at least she asked. You know, we still haven't met, like, Angel Boy or Girl at this point, I don't even know. And Shark Boy, I guess. But this reality is weird. We've got devils forming bonds with humans and turning humans into semi-devils, and we've got angels with halos and shark people, and I legitimately think Makima is a fiend. Her eyes. It's the eyes. The only one that has weird eyes like that is Power. Like, I've just got this sneaking suspicion. Simple as that. I wouldn't even be surprised if at the end of this she turns out to be the Gun Devil. And she's just fucking with people. Like, she's just so powerful that there's no point. So she's like, fuck it, I'm getting a full-time job. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do? At that point, you've peaked. You're the apex predator on the food chain. What are you supposed to do? You start back at the bottom again. I will never be able to accept this. Fiends have things on their head? Yeah, but what if she doesn't? What if she's so powerful that she can control what she has on her head? I feel bad for Aki. He's stuck babysitting two demons. In both, physical form and personality. Poor guy. Maybe that's Makima's whole deal. She just fucks with people. She's like, oh, you want to kill the gun devil? Well, I'm gonna make you work for it. There is absolutely no continuity. In this scene, it's on the floor. At the beginning, when she brought him in, I think she fell over and knocked it down. Yeah. And then when she's taking a shower, it's up. Where the fuck's the continuity? I'm sorry, but you're fucking with me. And now it's down again. How many chairs does she have? 3 or 2? Like, I would not be able to scratch this itch until I get an answer. She probably has 3 chairs or 2. If she has 2, I have a problem with this. What? He's so complicit. I would just like to point out that if this was the other way around, and he was a girl, and she was a guy, and the dialogue was just switched from good boy to good girl, the internet would be having an absolute meltdown right now. I'm not even joking. But because she's a girl and he's an underage guy, South Park said it best. Do I actually have to watch this whole thing? I'm starting to get uncomfortable at this point. I'm actually starting to get worried. I'm really starting to get worried now. Yeah, it's a gun. Why is it out of the package? Is it daydreaming or is this the next day? Welcome to Japanese work culture, where you have to go drinking with your boss and you can't go home until your boss leaves. And if you want brownie points, you basically have to drive your boss home to their place in their car and then catch public transport back to your place. And if the boss's wife calls while you're drinking, you have to basically lie and say the boss is stuck in a meeting. Japanese work culture, man. That's cute. She's babysitting. You don't say. She's about to kiss him, isn't she? Oh. Oh, wait, he didn't go through with it. I'm sorry, I could just imagine little Pochita in there going, score, 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 score. And then when he was like in that demon's belly cutting it, just going, rip and tear, rip and tear, rip and tear, rip and tear, in a really cute voice because he's adorable. Even though he's probably like an evil demon that can just like murder everybody. But he was like, oh, this is a kid. I'm gonna just stay in this form. I bet you anything he's just like this super fucking evil demon. But he was just like injured at the time, so he had to take a much more innocent appearance. And then after he helped him, he's like, I'm gonna just stay like this. He was like, you know what? These cuddles are actually pretty good. That's just my headcanon. That's just me, because he's so cute. No, don't put it on the floor. That's disgusting. It's like the equivalent of that kid that befriended a Mew. He was just like out and about, and I don't know if I'm misremembering this because I didn't speak English at the time, but like the kid is just out and about and doesn't know jack shit about Pokemon, and he just stumbles upon a Mew, and is just friendly to it, so it plays with him, not realizing that it's like the most powerful thing in all of creation. But because he's a kid and innocent, doesn't care. It's just like. I have to ask, how much is she getting paid? The size of this apartment must be astronomically expensive, especially in the city. Relative to the, salary of people working in Japan. I'm overthinking this. I'm really boring. I apologize. The hazard pay must be really good. he doesn't realize that she wants him even more now. That is a lie. Only if you're a guy. She wants attention. What? Why do I have a feeling that this is going to be some underhanded attempt to sabotage his attempts at getting her? Episode 1 says low devil is 300k yen. 300k yen, remove 2 zeros. That's 3,000. Is that per kill? But then again, at the time, he was in an exorbitant debt and compounding interest was killing him. And now he no longer has a debt. So, is he even getting paid? Does he even have a bank account? Ah, I see what's going on here. She is a predator. Lunch meetings are the biggest trap. I'm just saying. They get you while your guard is down and you don't feel intimidated and you're at ease because you're eating. And you're psychologically programmed to associate eating with being in a position of comfort and relative safety. So your guard is down, which is why so many people chew gum as a way of dealing with anxiety. Did you know that Pochita's sub VA is the same as Pikachu's VA? Isn't that like the really old lady? Though I find that absolutely adorable. What just happened? Everyone put their heads down really quickly. Oh no, it's an assassination attempt. Holy shit! You see, this is why I always sit with with a wall to my back. Double tapped? No, you get double tapped in the chest and then one in the head. Though that would significantly damage their hearing in the train. Because it's a closed compartment and the echo would just be unbearable. So goodbye to your hearing. I guess I'm gonna find out if my theory of her being a demon is true or not. Because if she's a demon, she'll be fined. Welcome to the cutthroat world of corporate. Oh shit. Someone's cleaning house. Oh yeah, unnecessary evil, killing women and children. I'm sure those kids were like demons or something. You know, totally justifies killing them. Yeah, sure. At least he brought you to good food places. You see, this is why God invented wood chippers. Oh, this guy. This is why God invented barbed wire. Oh, he's the JoJo guy from the opening. Wait, doesn't that sword significantly shorten his lifespan? So does this work on you get your 3 hits and it dies? It's pretty cool. Uh oh. Hey! Well, shit. Really? Are you that naive? Oh yeah, they would probably like have stricter controls of guns in this reality than our one because of the gun devil's power. Oh shit. You know, if I had a scouter, it would be blowing up right now. Because that thing just revived the dead. And I say thing, because ain't no little girl doing that. Oh fuck! What the shit? How didn't he do that before? Well, there's the opening. Yeah, you guys are fucked. I mean, she was bleeding out and they were pressed against the wall, so I can completely understand the decision. But it just got one-shotted by it, and then it just disappeared. This is on a completely different magnitude to what they can deal with. They're beyond fucked. He kept his promise, he didn't die. I mean, if most humans get like a devil's power through deals, what the fuck did that kid give up to get that? And just so casual, it's just like, kill it. You can go now. Like, fuck. Wow, someone's been cleaning up house. So they simultaneously assassinated most operatives, if not all the operatives, from that particular department at the same time. On top of which, knowing where they're gonna be and strategically separating them. So either the organization they're working for has turned on them, or whoever they're dealing with has already infiltrated the organization. And so there's information leaks. But the question that they liquidated all these people is why? Were they a significant threat? But that assassin basically mentioned that the gun devil wants Denji's heart, which could be pochita, because that's like his heart, his soul is the demon. So the gun devil doesn't like pochita. And everyone else could just be collateral damage. And all the other demons that they faced seemed to know of the chainsaw demon. So clearly, Chainsaw Demon had a few enemies. Hmm. 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 That's... The plot thickens. I get they were chasing pieces of the gun devil, but I mean, there'd be multiple people that are. And that entire hotel scenario was a trap. So there've been multiple demons hunting Chainsaw. And when that failed, they send in assassins. There's something much deeper at play. There's definitely there's definitely moving pieces in the background. There's definitely stuff going on in the background. 100%. 100%. There's things going on in the background. There's a lot of linkages in the background that might not have been obvious early on, but there's connections. Connections. Pochita has a few enemies. Very much so. Maybe laying low with a little kid was probably for the best because, you know, like you lay low. It's like, where's the devil gonna go? Hang out with some little kid orphan? It's like, probably not. So that was a good cover. Why do I feel like this is probably where the story is gonna kick off? Well, they just murdered pretty much everybody we've met so far. You know, like they gave us a bit of story in episode 1 and then killed everyone. And they gave us everyone for like 5-6 episodes and then they killed them too. So it's a bit... It's definitely a 90-degree turn. It's a very hard turn with a handbrake. So they've definitely like just, you know, it's like, you think everyone's going to be together in a group and go hunting and this is a shonen anime with like 4 people in a group? Wrong! This is Chainsaw Man. It's only natural a snake devil would be stronger than a ghost devil due to the fact that people have fears of snakes more than ghosts. True. Curious about this chainsaw. I think a fear of chainsaws is natural because, I mean, you don't want to step on a knife. Meanwhile, a chainsaw is just a series of little blades that spin at high speed. The OP and the ED so far have all been good. Well, someone's definitely having fun in the OP and ED department, that's for sure. Execute Order 66. R.I.P. Humano. Chainsaw Man has finally begun. I thought like episode 1 with the punch was like we've set up the story and we go from here. It's like, nope. Every few episodes we're gonna drop you a few floors, you know? Just to make sure you're awake. We don't want you getting too comfortable. It's like Game of Thrones with devils. Get with the program. Everyone's head is on the chopping block. Thoughts on Katana, Sword Demon, and Snake Girl? I mean, it looks like Jotaro. That's about it. They're rat devils. I believe it is very powerful against dainty girls. Cockroach Demon. The Cockroach Demon will get an incredible power-up from girls being afraid of cockroaches. Or a Spider Demon. Jesus. You know what really fucked me yesterday? I was up at like 3 a.m. and I opened the door. And on the bedroom door was this massive spider, like this big. Like this is with its legs. Like the legs came up to here. So it's like, the body's like this big. And the legs are like up to here. And I'm like, fuck! Because I sprayed the perimeter of the house. And so no crawling insects and creatures should be able to get in. Because I've sprayed the perimeter. And so, you know, I went and I got the poison and I got my 2 poisons. And then I sprayed the shit out of it. Like with 2 canisters of bug and poison spray for spiders. From 2 angles to make sure it inhales it. And then, like, it struggled a bit. It fell off the wall. You know, it did that typical thing where it falls. It tries to walk and it kind of doesn't. And then it goes on its back. And it kind of, like, closes up. And I was like, all right, it's dead. And then I basically walked away from it, went to the bathroom, like, washed my hands. I just used poison, obviously. You wash your hands a few times. And then I felt like I was being watched. And it's kind of eerie because it's like 3:30, almost 4 a.m. in the morning. Hutchin's asleep. So it's kind of like, And then, I shit you not, I walk up to where the spider was. And it went from its back, all curled up like spiders do when they die, flipped back on its legs, and started walking like nothing happened. So I grabbed the 2 bug and insect sprays and used them both up on this spider. And then eventually it kind of like died and curled up. And then I just like watched it for 10 minutes. Like, are you gonna stay dead? It literally got up like nothing happened. After being, on its back curled up. It's like so creepy. It didn't stay dead. It was the creepiest shit. Especially the part where I felt that I was being watched. And then I walked up to it and it just like, boop. First of all, it got into the house. So it made it past the perimeter spray. The windows were closed. So it clearly found a cavity somewhere, like in between a door or something. And it had so much tenacity. And it was on the bedroom door. Like, imagine opening up the bedroom door and you open it and like the fucking spider's there and it can jump on you. Oh, fuck. Getting creeped out just thinking about it. So yeah, a spider demon would be incredibly powerful. Incredibly. And honestly, I still don't believe Makima is dead. I feel like she has either a contract that will somehow keep her alive or she could be a devil. Her eyes set me off because I've noticed that Power has those eyes. That kid with the yellow hair has red eyes that almost look like snake eyes. The predator ones that give them depth of vision. So I'm noticing that devils in this anime have non-human eye characteristics. And Makima has those, those eyes. And you're like, humans don't have those. Because all the other humans have your typical, hazelnut, blue, green, like, eyes. And Makima's just chilling there with a Rinnegan. Like, yeah. I mean, it kind of makes you go, We went from having a fun time last episode, minus Denji, to Order 66. I shown in anime when it is Jujutsu Kaisen. Resident Evil 4 intensified the fear of chainsaws. Oh, 100%. 100%. I'm still a little upset that the new Resident Evil is like, you can parry a chainsaw with a knife. And I'm sort of like, you technically can, but imagine you're parrying it with a knife and the chainsaw's angle changes by 45 degrees and the blade runs and your fingers are gone. Why would you put yourself in that position? You're better off, like, getting away when he's striking so he puts it down, rather than, I'm gonna catch it with my little knife. Like, fuck. This is where the story of Chainsaw Man actually starts. From now on, Chainsaw will only get crazier. Good. God, I hate bugs, so that would be a nightmare. Spider Devil sounds great. It's like Shelob or Shelob's mother from the Lord of the Rings franchise. Like this massive mammoth of a spider that can kill titans. Didn't all the devil that hunt Denji have a piece of gun devil? Probably, but they all knew who Denji was. And I think technically they were hunting them. And people don't even know why chainsaws were originally made. It was for childbirth because doctors sawed off parts of the pelvis to make birth easier. And now they were used for trees. I thought it was made for C-sections. Australia existing is fueling fear of giant insects and bug demons. Mate, we have spiders that catch birds in their webs. Think about that for a minute. Australia devil would definitely scare a lot of people. The kangaroo devil. Oh no, cockroach devil is basically overlord guy. The spider I'm fine with, but I know it pose a powerful strength like snake. Wait, a big spider effed you? Is that what you're telling us? No. Is it bleach time? Almost. Australia just existing is fueling fear. Alright, that's a copy paste. I need to see a emu devil, because Aussies probably make up 90% of collective fear of them due to the emu war. Do you know that emus actually have sharp talons? So they're incredibly quick, they're large, they're incredibly difficult to kill, and if they hit you with those talons, they're like scissors. Like, if they grab you with the talons, you're fucked. When I stayed in my family's house in New South Wales, they got a couple of redback spiders in their backyards. So I'm stopped going to their barbecues. Yeah, those are pretty bad. Those will kill you. Chainsaw Man is a shonen manga. I'm sure the knife can only block the chainsaws with a perfect parry. It probably won't and shouldn't be easy to block chainsaws. I sincerely hope not. Otherwise, the whole game's ruined. Chainsaws were made to help with childbirth. Did I hear that right? I thought they were made for C-sections, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had difficulty removing a baby. They used chainsaws instead of scalpels. But I remember that they had like a hand system similar to a bike. So they had the chain, and then the doctor would have to actually wind it in order for the blades to circulate. Which, again, doesn't make it any less, you know, gruesome. I mean, better than using a handsaw. That's what pirates used to use back in the day for injuries. So if they didn't have a doctor on board, the carpenter would usually be the doctor. So when they had to perform surgery, he would just grab a handsaw, and then they would get the guy drunk, hold him down, and cut off the limb. I read up on the emu war. Apparently the leader of the human forces compared the emus to tanks. They can take a lot of bullets. That's the thing. And they're incredibly agile. I would compare them to modern aircraft. Except they don't fly, they're on the ground. But their agility is just ridiculous. I've been back to Australia since 2016. Now I'm kind of missing seeing them. You should just go visit. Australia's a nice place to visit. Alright, let's restart the stream really quickly and watch some Bleach. Chainsaw Man. This is the thing I like about this, it doesn't stop at an incredibly obvious cliffhanger. Last week kind of did. Like, he jumps into the mouth of the demon. But each episode kind of has a BAM! Like BAM! And you sort of don't know where the next episode is going to take you. And it's really good. Because you're not like, I have to wait a week for part 2. Could you imagine watching Bleach week by week and you're up to the Byakuya fight, which is like 8 episodes long? That's 2 months. It's ridiculous. I'm also trying to think the likelihood if any other devil hunters could have survived the Order 66-like scene, or if all of them are dead. Well, if these people were professional in any sense, they would make sure they get a headshot. Goku vs. Frieza weekly? Fuck that. Fuck that. It won the Guinness Book record for the longest anime fight. I remember when I was watching it on TV, we would get 5 episodes of Dragon Ball Z a week. And even then, I think it took 2.5 weeks. A solid 2.5 weeks. Just for that fight. Because, to be fair, there's a lot in it. Because you have, like, Goku starting, and then Piccolo and Gohan jump in to buy time, and then they get out again, and then Goku's back in. 19 episodes. Yeah, it's incredibly long. It's just, yeah. Wait, that's like almost 4 weeks. Jeez, that was a month. Yeah. It's incredibly long. It was a good fight, though. It was like the apex fight at the time. Because there was so much build-up for Frieza that anything less would have been a disappointment. It was incredibly good at the time. But week by week, it would be absolute torture. Something that you binge, incredibly good. something on one day in, one day out, it's like, okay. But week by week, it would just be incredibly painful. But kudos to them for making a really good character antagonist and having a really good fight. That was genuinely a good fight. Like, I remember when we were all watching it week by week. And we were collecting those, like, weren't Tazos? They were like the little circle things that you would get in the chip packets. Oh, man. Good times. Good times. All right, restarting the stream, and we're going to watch some Bleach. So be back in a minute.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun sized, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.